Poor Jovanny Crespo. He don't have nothing to worry about because some BS going on out here. But they just want to make like they want to attempt to do justice. But if you see what they advertising, it's almost as if they're basically trying to convince people to be okay with a police officer being, not punished thoroughly for running up on a car like a goddamn gangster. Jovanny Crespo, right? Jovanny Crespo. You understand? Like, Jovanny Crespo. You understand? This Mufuka, right? He didn't understand the whole situation. See, because he was responding to the situation, right? And when you look at the video that the female was running up on, who was initially there, you can see as she's driving next to the car, right? And the car don't even stop and they shooting at the car. Like, you couldn't have seen anybody pointing any gun at all. And the reason why they putting everything on the passenger now is because they want to threaten him with indictment. Like, you might as well go along with this whole situation, or we're going to dump all of these false charges on you because we made a boo-boo. That's exactly what's happening. Because you cannot see through that type of tinted car windows at a traffic light. I'm sorry, you don't. No one ever does. Like, that's not how tints work. It doesn't trap light inside so you can see people, because then it would work in the daytime. Like, who is stupid? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, they noticed how the windows were always up at all times. And he's saying in the dark, right? Because the dark lights up cars at night. You understand? That you can see through the tinted windows. That is the boldest face lie ever. Like, I'm sitting right by, right, with my headlights in that light, and I can barely see in that car. And guess what? It has no tints. So with that, you know that they were lying. You know they were lying. You can't see. Like, I never stopped by somebody's tinted car at a traffic light and saw who was in the and what they was doing. He's lying. Yeah, like, you can see in the video that they was running up on the car shooting. Like, soon as it stopped, they come up shooting. Of course I would keep going. You see them on foot chasing the car shooting. He wasn't even at the window. He was popping off already. And you got to think about it. If he had the gun up and he was ready to shoot, soon as the police officer started shooting at him, he would have shot back. If he was really trying to shoot somebody, you really got to think about it. They're lying. They kept speeding off because you kept shooting at them. You understand? They're like, yo, these mofos are trying to kill us. Like, we can't stop. They just kept shooting, running up on a car and shooting. You're running up on the car and shooting. How you gonna catch the car on foot unless you're trying to kill the people? Like, who's dumb? Soon as the car get in a little crumbled up situation where y'all corner them off, y'all sit up there and you start bucking at them. Drive on the side, hop out, and start bucking. That's exactly what you did. And then you got these people, like, yo, I wish you could sue the newscasters for real. Because what they doing is wrong. Like, they taking sides. And that's crazy. And they not taking the righteous side, which the police supposed to stand for, justice. No. They taking the political side. You understand? Like, they got people writing about this so this man, Jovanny Crespo, can be free for acting irrationally. You know what I mean? Yes. Wasn't losing a cigarette, bitch. No. Hey, you know what's so funny? That they really tried it, though. He said he thought his life was in jeopardy. How you thought your life was in jeopardy when you running up on a car with your fucking gun drawn and shooting? How? Are you sure it was you that felt like your life was in jeopardy, or the people in the car? Like who is you fooling, bruh? Like, yo, you look at the video, I'm telling you, the female, the initial person with the stop, if they was trying to kill somebody, they would have killed her. If they had a gun, they was just trying to get away with the gun. You can tell the freaking difference. You got to pay attention. They know, they're like, oh, the only thing that's important is that, you know what I mean, no police officer was hurt. So you already know, technically, ain't no police officer really going, sacrifice their life for you. Especially none of those who was talking. Like, they more worried about themselves than people. But they working for people that need people to do stuff like what they're not willing to do. Like, go ahead, kick rocks. Like, this ain't the job for you. That's like me going into the army and be like, you know what I mean? As long as nobody dies, you know what I mean? Everything, you know what I mean, is going to be okay as long as we kill everybody else. And shit like that. At the end of the day, there shouldn't be a war. But if there's a war, know that you're not joining the war not to sacrifice your life. You're sacrificing your life soon as you sign on that dotted line. That's what I knew. I knew what I was doing. I wasn't going in there for fun. I wasn't even going in there for money. I swear to God on my fucking soul. Like, they could truth or dare test me. Like, I didn't know that people freaking I'll pass a lie detector test right now. Like, I didn't even know you get paid to defend your damn country. That don't make no sense to me, but I'm a very appreciative of that. I swear to God on my soul, on everything I love. I never knew that's what people did until I joined. I was like, I'm getting a bonus? That's how God reward people, because I didn't know nothing about that. There's people who just wanted to join the army for money. And there's people who just want to join the force for money and for a right to shoot to kill, but they not really there to protect the innocent. Nah, they're not really doing. They just there for the looks. They there for the looks on everything I love. Because it look good. I hate people like that. They ain't no better than the gangsters out here. Understand? That ain't how blood's supposed to be moving. That ain't how Crips supposed to be moving, but they move how they want to move. And so does the police. And then people getting mad at them for being just like every other thug, every other monster out here who don't really care about life. And I'm not saying everybody the same, because that's not facts. There's some real ones out there wearing blue or red flags, or yellow, or orange, or purple, or black. It's just that everything ain't real. Like, you got some good police officers, and then you got some bad ones. All I'm saying is the three people I observed on those videos, Jovanny Crespo, whoever that female police officer was, and that other dude, you know what I mean? Because to be honest, I'm just glad she didn't like freak out and just bust off at him for pulling off. Just like, you gotta think about it. Like, you could chase these mofos down. Like, oh, they don't know what could happen. You don't know what could happen once you try to make a move to make them crash or something like that. You're in a public area. It's not like you on a highway. All types of things. They could hop out and all this other stuff and start shooting at any time, whether you chase them down or not. But you don't run up on a car shooting. All these people outside, I'm seeing nothing but bullets fly. They was reckless as hell. Now think about it. All them shots fired. Just remember that the first 6, 7, 8 shots didn't kill the driver. Like they stopped him a couple of times before they fatally stopped him. But think about it, they shot at him more than one scene. If it ain't hit the car, who it hit? There was people out there in danger. Like you're already chasing a dangerous person. Don't become dangerous your damn self. Like you over there just running like it's a damn game or something. This is real life. I'm like, oh, I got 4 kids. Oh, hooray. We got 4 people with your blood in them. Yeah, we got something to look forward to now. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? They're going to grow up and shoot people who ain't shooting at them and come up with some lie. I seen the gun through the tents. Come, bruh, please. My life was in jeopardy. More than one time. You saying more than one time because you did some BS more than one time. You running up on the car. How the hell you see them with a gun pointing at you from behind the car? How? How? You never made it up there. You just started shooting. The homie said, oh, they have a gun in the car. Not really. She didn't physically say that. What I heard her say was a 3-digit code. Something 546, whatever. You know what I mean? And then they sitting over there, they just running up on the car, shooting. If they have a weapon, that's one thing. If they're armed and they're shooting people, that's another thing. They had a weapon in the car. You have to address the situation as such. I can't I know that because I'm decorated. Like at the end of the day, like I would never dishonor my country. Like these people dishonor their freaking suit, like their uniform, their shield and everything. You're dishonorable. Disgusting. Like me and my people, Caucasian and all, Hispanic, we go over there, we do what we're told to do. We did our job. Like we don't go over there and just like slaughtering people and trying to kill people to make a name for ourselves. Like trying to do some old movie type ish. Like I'm gonna just get out this car and just start shooting at the moving car because there's a weapon in it. First of all, you ain't established whether the gun was loaded. All you know is that there's a weapon in the car, but they're not using deadly force. So why would you? It's called situational awareness. It's called escalation of threat. But y'all don't learn nothing like that. Where they train y'all at? Nah, hell no. You know what I mean? That like I have no ish like real sergeants, real lieutenants, real captains who vouch for me and say, yeah, I was in a situation where we had a hostile person in a hostile environment. And I didn't make a mistake and shoot somebody, which would have caused disgrace and dishonor to my unit. You understand me? Like, of course, I could sit up there and I could talk how I want to talk because I got the paperwork to back me up. You understand? Like I spotted IEDs. Like I secured my unit. Like I secured my ground. I did my job as I was trained to do, with respect to other people, with the comprehension beforehand that everything ain't the same everywhere. So you have to adapt to your surroundings so you can understand your surroundings. But you got people who use politics and egos and stigmas to rule their mind in situations. But it's like, yo, you like once I see him running up there shooting that vehicle like he was crazy, all I wanted to know was, did he have the right to do that? You understand? And if he had the right to do that, he would not have lied. You understand? Like I'm sitting over there, I'm looking at the video, like I'm trying to figure out for the life of me. I swear to God, on everything I love, I'm just trying to figure out, why is he wrong? Because if they had a weapon and they running away from the police, it is to my understanding that depending on the state, they got to use their force according to those regulations that the state gives them. You understand? They can't get caught out of pocket. So I'm like, all right, so I'm trying to figure out why. Like, I'm thinking, to me, to be honest, I'm telling you, I thought it was because he shot somebody else. Because it don't say the driver, the suspect. It says for fatally shooting a driver. The driver. Like, it did say the driver, but I didn't know who the driver was. I'm like, it must have been the driver of some other car. Because, like, what he's doing, if that's the truth and that's the part, then he's not wrong. You know what I mean? But it all comes into play whenever they say what happened. Now, for me, I'm like, yo, he was running up, busting off at that car. The way he was doing it, you would have thought that he had every right to do so. So I had every right in my mind to think that he had every right to do so, because why would a police officer run up on a car busting off like that? Unless he has every right to do so. Like, no matter whether you stop this car or not, you're getting shot. That's the scenario I seen. I was like, yo, he must have every right to do that. Because you're not going to do it once, twice. While other police is riding behind you and aside you and around, not correcting you, like, bro, what is you doing? You could have shot one of us. Like, I was like, oh. Like, it doesn't matter if you shoot one of them or anybody else, as long as he kills the suspect. This must be law. Like, this has to be exactly what's supposed to happen. And guess what happened? They lied. She ain't say nothing about a gun or nothing. She said the digital code, and then there was blanks out. Like, who knows if she said anything, but they blank stuff out, and they probably blank stuff out, right? So you can say stuff like what I just said ignorantly, and then they'd be like, okay, you know what? She did say that. So they would use that as their defense because they don't want to show you the whole video. But at the end of the day, you cannot see that man through those tents. You were running up to the car, shooting at the car when it stopped. Why the hell would I stop if you're trying to kill me? Now, I'm not just running to get away with a weapon. I'm running for my life. Because you're trying to kill me. Like, I could have came to my senses and was like, you know what? I need to stop this right now because we ain't going nowhere. And all you're doing is running up to my car, shooting. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. And then in my head, I'm like, yo, what if they're trying to put extra gunshots? But once he already stated that they never shot at him, everything else made sense. Like, if they never shot at you, I know damn well you can't see them through the window. You were running up to the car shooting. 9 out of 10, that's why they kept running. And you're wrong for killing them people. End of discussion. You can tell on the other police officer's face that, yo, he shouldn't have did that. He's like, well, the good thing is no police officers were hurt. But you knew in the female, even in the female's voice, it was like, yo, he fucked up. Like that, you know that's what they was thinking. You know that's what they was thinking. And the sad part is don't nobody want to be attached to a fuck up because the last thing they want to do is have their names dragged through mud because some lame ass motherfucker don't know what the fuck he's doing and want to use that shield and that freaking blue curtain as a screen when it's not there to be to allow you to do bad things. It's there to protect you from when you do good things. You understand? Like, these people who had drug problems. Like, you like repeated what? Criminal or what? So we already know how the gun got under what's the name foot if you really pay attention to the whole scenario, but they detectives though. Yeah, but a real detective knows exactly what I know. And I already know that he really can't say what he know because of this blue curtain. Because how the hell you going to sit up there and investigate the video and be like, okay, she seen the gun. Nobody reached for the gun. They just pulled off. Then they closed their windows. Then they kept it moving. Then the police officer kept running up to the car, shooting at the car. She never said anything unless she did on another clip we never seen. But at the end of the day, whether she said that or not, they were not using deadly force. You cannot say he was holding his gun towards you every time, and like every time they was at a traffic light when they wasn't. They was not. They pull up on the side, all you hear is shots firing, and then you see the cop running up to the car, shooting. And so the first thing you think in your head is, how in the hell does what he said after the fact make any sense? That's what he got indicted for. 9 out of 10, the prosecution ain't gonna bring that up. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to maneuver the ish around. Try to make it seem like we're gonna leave it up to the jury to indict him for recklessness. So they're gonna even it out. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna even it out. So it's a decision. Should we go for the criminal who's been known for criminal activities, who we don't know if he was still continuing his criminal activities, or he was just an innocent bystander in a situation he didn't know he was a part of? That man could have been getting robbed. That man could have been told by the other dude, like, if you don't pull off, he's going to die or some stuff. You don't know what happened. And the reason why he said the guy kept shooting at him, well, the passenger had the weapon, even though it was under the other guy's feet, even though we know here that they had 2 weapons. You understand? It's because he was shooting through the passenger side. Pay attention to the videos. He's shooting through the passenger side. Because you definitely can't aim your gun and drive at the same time. Not like that. Like, unless it's Grand Theft Auto, where you can just, be looking at the car from outside the car. Like, he has superpowers. Like, yeah. Like, you killed both of them. So, at the end of the day, you still killed an unarmed man. And then you have no proof that the unarmed man was shooting at you, because you all the shots came from your weapon. They counted the bullets, counted how many times the shots were fired, and probably counted whatever gun y'all planted or found in the vehicle. Right? And realized that none of these bullets were expended, especially since you wasn't hit. Because if it was pointing it at you, I'm pretty sure he would have shot you. And that's not what happened. Because he wasn't the one that died. The driver did. Pay attention. He killed that man and injured the other guy. And now he's trying to use the fact, like, at the end of the day, he didn't pull off in the car. And you can't say he should have jumped out the car, because every time they pulled over, the other cop was shooting at the car. So with that being said, I mean, nothing flies. You should be in jail and sued. The department should be sued, because that's exactly what you did. Period.